Hello. Welcome to Giggles and Gratitude. I'm Dena.
And I'm Tia. Happy Sunday. And today is June 9th, 2024.
Yes, it is. We're almost into mid-June already.
I can't believe it.
I know. It was like last week. It was just June 2nd.
I don't know. What about last week? It was April. I'm sorry it was. Wow.
We're so glad you joined us. And this is your first time listening. We kind of recap our week. We talk about things that made us giggle. We think about things we're grateful for. Tia always has a nice inspirational message to share. We kind of like to think maybe you listen to us after church, or maybe you go to church on Saturday, or maybe you don't go to church at all. But we want to just send a message that might
brighten your day.
Yeah. Comfort you, inspire you, whatever. Tia's always finding some great devotions, poems. What would you call them?
I don't know. It's just like during the week, if something hits me, it hits me, and I just like write it down right then and then save it.
Yeah. Something that touches you. So it does reflect Tia. It's not just something she grabs out of a book before she comes in here. You put a lot of thought into it, and I really appreciate that.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys do too. And on Wednesday we do have our You Know Something show. In case you're a first-time listener, where it's just kind of fun. We learn about something. It's a different subject every week, and we surprise Tia. And
we learn something, or we're just absolutely, I'm speaking for myself, stunned by something that Dena comes up with.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to this last week's episode, it was a What the What, which is crazy headlines. It was a good one.
No, it was, I don't know what to call it. I was stunned. First time ever that you've done one of those that I haven't known something about.
Yeah, they were all surprises to you. Now, could be I just made them all up. You never know. No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't. I provide the source so you can look at it yourself. And Tia, this has nothing to do with the Giggles and Gratitude or You Know Something, but a third series of shows that we do on the Golden Bachelor. And that's coming up again, the Golden Bachelorette. And I just wanted to tell you, this really doesn't apply to You Know Something. This applies to your favorite bachelor, Gary, the Golden Bachelor. I was listening to a podcast.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Have you got a mouse in your pocket?
Oh, you think the mouse might be the mouse's favorite?
No, because I know Gary's not my favorite.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, okay.
I was listening to a radio show, and you remember Kathy and Susan?
Mm-hmm.
And Susan was the officiant at their wedding. You know who Kathy is. And they're kind of a good duo, and they have their own little show, their own little podcast, but they were guests on another show. And they were asked, of course, about the breakup of Teresa and Gary. We did cover the Golden Bachelor, and you can find past episodes in our archive list. You can go to any podcast search and find it there. And we'll be doing it again. But anyway, they asked them about the divorce and what they thought, the rumors that were going around. And it turns out they said they love Gary, they love Teresa still, but that she did not want to leave her home. She didn't want to leave her family. She did not want to quit her job. And she didn't want to move to Gary's home, which was in Big Long Lake in LaGrange County, Indiana. So they said he's not the bad guy. Now, she's not the bad woman either. It's just she realized, I don't want to live, they said, out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Indiana is somewhere. We have people we love that were from Indiana.
Yeah, my husband.
Exactly. And so she said he did not give her the boot. She just said, I just can't do it. I can't live. Which was an issue that came up in the show. How are we going to do this? So I just wanted to mention that maybe he's not so bad.
Okay, but here's the deal. If you're going to go on that show, then think it out before you even apply. If you're not willing to move or able to move, then don't apply. I mean, don't go on the Golden Bachelor and go, ooh, wonder how many Instagram people they can get to follow me.
Okay,
that's stupid.
You might be right there.
Just pay more attention to your grandchildren. Let it go.
Maybe take love a little more seriously. Yeah. Okay, so I just did want to mention that. So, Tia, what is my biggest fear? Let's see how well you know me.
What is your biggest fear? Bears.
Very good.
You're terrified of bears.
Right. So a couple of weeks ago, I stepped out into my carport, which is where we store our garbage can until it's time to take it out to the road. We don't have a garage, so it's out in the open. And I had a lot of barbecue in it, leftovers in it. So I came out, and the trash can was completely turned over. The bags were ripped open. It was all over the carport. And I thought, raccoon, maybe raccoon. But then when I put everything back in the can, rebagged it, it was so heavy I could barely push it because it was so full. It was the night before garbage pickup. So I thought, could it be a bear? A bear has been in my carport. I thought, surely not. Surely not. I mean, they've been spotted kind of around my area where I live. But then I was out walking Boogie, and a neighbor came by who walks his dog. And I said, my can was knocked over. Did that happen to you? And he said, well, we keep our can in the garage until it's time to bring it out. He said, but my brother lives about 2 blocks behind you. His was gotten into, his garbage, and he put out a wildlife cam, and it was a bear. Now, you laugh at me. You think I'm being irrational. There was a bear probably setting his big furry butt on the hood of my car going through my garbage can.
You know something? I'm not gonna argue with you on this because there literally was a segment done on the news that bears are being, because everything's building so quickly, they're being run out of their habitat. So they're having to find somewhere to come for food. So, you know something? I used to think that you were ridiculous about, I'm so afraid of bears. And I'm like, oh, you're so stupid. But now, I mean, they're everywhere. They're literally coming into people's houses, opening their door. I don't get that. How do bears know how to open doors?
I don't know.
But they do.
They do. I mean, cars. They rip your cars, insides of your car out.
They do.
They get on trampolines and jump. They get in hammocks and swing back and forth. They get on
do
swing
not.
sets. I've seen.
Come on.
They get on swings and swing on your swing set. Yes, they do. They probably go down the slide. I'm telling you, I've seen it.
You've not seen it.
Bears are evolving. They're getting smart. So
they're looking for food.
I know, they're just sad. It's sad to think about.
It's very sad because we're the ones that are running them out of their own habitat. Yeah. We're the ones that are rude.
True.
So we should share food with them.
Well, he got all the old nasty barbecue he wanted.
That's why I'm keeping my trash can in my garage.
Yeah, you have that luxury. I could probably chain it.
You can bring it over here.
Yeah, it would just take about an hour to roll it here.
Or more.
Thank you for the offer.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. So that was one thing I discovered, which was shocking, and now I'm ever fearful. You know, I take Boogie out like at 11 o'clock at night for the last little pee, and I look around me now. You know, look back over my shoulders.
Shoot, I would be too.
Yeah. Ooh, scary. I feel like if I keep thinking about bears and talking about bears, I'm going to get eaten by a bear. I'm like...
You're not going to be eaten by a bear if you just watch out. But you do remember that the bear was just right, like, down...
Near your house in the water? Was it in the water?
Well, no, it was at the intersection.
Okay.
Which, you know, a bear can climb my fence real quickly.
Oh, yeah. And they're fast.
My dogs have free access to go out. But I'm more afraid of coyotes than I am bears.
Yeah, we had coyotes too on another cam, 3 of them. And I hear them at night. Sometimes I'll open my window when it's cool out. And I mean, it sounds so scary, the howling and this. I think I heard something here.
You open your windows?
Yeah, I mean, I have a screen, but.
Yeah, I'm so paranoid. I would
never.
Are
you?
I wouldn't.
Afraid somebody will climb in?
Well, I mean, they need a ladder.
Yeah, I was going to say, yours is the same. No. Mine's down in the ground level, but...
Oh,
Oh, a bear could come in my window. I just thought about that.
Well, that's just silly. And then be in bed with you. Wake up, and there you've got a bear, Boogie, and you. That's fun.
He'd say, this bed's just right. All right. Okay, then, after that, I don't know if I mentioned to you that my phone died. And I had to get a new one.
Right.
And the curious thing was, I won't say who provides my phone service. My phone died in its sleep and in my sleep on my nightside table. It went peacefully as far as I know. I woke up and found it dead. So I tried all the tricks on the internet, Googled everything. Then I took it into the place where I got the phone. Oh, there's nothing we can do. They plugged it in, they checked it. It's a goner. It's a goner. There's no hope for it. So I got a new phone, which was an upgrade. You know, it increased my storage and all that. It was a newer model. My model was like 2 years old. And then they told me that I could take it to a you break it, we fix it kind of store if I wanted to try to get everything off of it that didn't transfer. So I did that. It immediately came on. Once they turned on my new phone, my old phone came on. Isn't that curious?
No. I think it's a big scam. I think that when you have a phone, when a new one comes out, yours just pretty much goes and dies. However, I did see this thing that is a plug, and it said you can use it and your phone will last years and years and years and years. Yes, because every time you get an upgrade on an Apple anything, what it does is it eats something in your phone that makes it like have less power. This plug that they've just invented, I wish I'd paid more attention to it now, but because I was thinking, I wonder if that's like for real, because you plug, it's just like a charger. Okay, you plug it. Okay, it's got 3 different, whether you got a C or a D or whatever. USB, that's what I'm trying to say. And all right, wait a minute. It goes from 0 to fully charged in 11 minutes.
What?
Shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
Shut up and you're talking to me.
I know. Because it's the truth. I'm going to find that. I don't know. I guess I could just Google it again
I'm sure you could.
And see, because if that's a fact, Jack, I'm going to purchase one of those. And so therefore, I'll have this phone that I just now purchased a new one before you did. And I'm not going to have it to go out in 2 stinking years because they're expensive.
Yes. Oh, especially Apple. You see, I'm Android. So that's specifically for Apple.
It doesn't... No.
Oh, it's any phone?
Yes.
So it protects it from getting whatever little rotten
decay that gets in there. Do you not have updates on Android?
Yes, and I hate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still accept the updates because it does keep you from getting viruses and, and spam and stuff like that. But with this plug, it keeps all of your whatever components inside your phone working as if they were brand new.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Nice, Tia.
I know. That's almost... we should have had that in a What the What
Oh, yeah,
episode.
that is a What the What. So I got my new phone, and I went for a walk with Boogie. I stuck it in my back pocket of my jeans. Got back, ran inside. I don't know if you're like me. You go for a long walk. You get home, you need to go potty real fast. It's like pee-pee. Yep. I hate to say pee-pee on a Sunday show, but...
No, it's a bodily function.
It happens. So I ran into the bathroom real fast, sat down, went to the bathroom, stood up, and I heard a splash. Well, you know what that was.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
My brand new phone.
No, you didn't.
And as I was turning around, I hit the flush.
No.
I plunged my hand up to the elbow into the toilet and snatched my phone up. I don't think it would have fit through the hole of a flush. But... it was not clean toilet water that I grabbed my phone up, but I was desperate. Immediately took it over and toweled it off and turned it upside down so it would like drain out the whole of the thing. And it's been fine. But after I did it, it occurred to me, I stuck my hand down in a toilet that hadn't flushed yet, up to my elbow. And of course I cleaned everything really well. I used Purell, thank you for giving me that, on my phone. Just lightly kind of, because I didn't know if it would eat the finish off of it or what. But my question to you is, Tia,
did you Purell your arm?
But see, I've always heard, and I think it's a wives' tale, that urine, I'm going to use that big word, is like sterile until it's exposed to the air, then it starts to grow bacteria. You know how like you're supposed to pee on somebody who gets stung by a jellyfish or whatever. So I Googled, I thought, okay, my hand is probably the cleanest it's ever been right now until bacteria starts. And my phone's probably the cleanest it's ever been until the bacteria grows. I Googled that. That is not true.
No, it's not.
You know, it's sterile when it's in your kidney, when it goes through that filtering process. But after that, it is not sterile. So you already knew that. So my question to you is, Tia, you just get a brand new phone. Is there anything you wouldn't like plunge your arm down into to grab it out of if you dropped it?
No, I would have been sticking my arm all the way in the toilet.
Would you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
However, once I got it out, wiped it, and I put it in, I thought you were supposed to put it in rice.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Okay, but, I mean, yours is working, so it's cool, but then my arm, I would have washed it, and then I would have prelled it probably all night until I went to bed.
You have it amputated.
Oh my gosh.
What if you were on your boat and you dropped your phone in the water? Would you like dive in and try to grab it? Or would you just say it's a goner? I'm trying to think of what I would do to save my phone. How far would I go?
Well, if Greg was with me, he would just dive down and get it.
Would he? Oh, well, he's
a
diver. Yeah.
No, but he can hold his breath forever. And so, I mean, he could just go, boom.
Yeah, he'd probably beat it to the bottom, wouldn't he?
Yes.
That's
easy.
Good. What about if it fell in a crocodile's mouth?
It's a new phone. For me. It's gone. Bye-bye. See you, wouldn't want to be you. Okay, what all about you?
You can snatch it fast enough.
No, wait a minute. Time out. Okay, a bear has your phone in its claws. Now, what are you going to do?
I'm going to get your phone. I'm going to call him and say, could I have my phone back?
Yeah, whatever. Not going to work. You'd say, bye-bye, phone.
I'm not going to fight with him.
Nope.
Anyway, I'm so glad my phone is okay.
Me too.
It's instinct. It's like your kid. If your kid starts to fall off a ledge, you reach and grab it.
Okay, we're not going to compare a phone to a child.
Okay.
I'm
sorry I said that.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I did see something that is God-related, Sunday-related, that I wanted to share real quickly, and then I want to let you to take over and share your great stuff that you always find. It's from a account I follow on Instagram, Heidi Lee Anderson, and she's very inspiring to me on Instagram. I'll share the link. And she said, did you know that just by reading the Bible, feeling lonely drops 30%, bitterness in relationships drops 40%, anger issues drop 32%, peace increases 32%, feeling spiritually stagnant drops 60%, sharing your faith, listen to this, jumps 200%, disciplining others jumps 230%, that's my favorite, disciplining others. Memorizing scripture jumps 407%. The Center of Bible Engagement discovered something called the power of 4. Polling people ages 8 to 80, they found that those engaged in the scripture only 1 to 2 times a week, including going to church, led lives statistically the same as non-believers. If you go to 3 times a week, there's a slight pulse, faint heartbeat, increase in signs of Christian life in your heart and soul. But get this, if you do it 4 times a week or more, the effect spiked in an astounding way, as in by simply taking the time during the majority of the week to read a few verses, just a few verses, at least 4 days a week, the research leapt off the charts, and those are the statistics that I shared. Does that surprise you?
None. Absolutely not. I mean, because that's what's food for your soul. And, I mean, I am a 1,000% believer in that.
Mm-hmm. If you could just work it into a routine, like while you drink coffee, if you're a coffee drinker, or whatever you do every morning, if you could just add, like you do, add Just read a little bit. I think it's daunting because people think, well, I got to read this whole chapter and I got to understand what I read.
You don't have to read a whole chapter. I mean, I do 3 devotions, not including what I do on my phone. Mm-hmm. I think it sets your attitude for that complete day, because you're not as quick to anger. You're not as quick to at somebody, right. Sitting at a red light or whatever. I mean, not that you don't or you can't, but I do think it's helpful. And I do think that before your feet hit the floor, you should say, God, what do you have for me today? Just let me live in your will for what you have or want me to do today. Have my eyes wide open to see somebody in need. And that could be just like smiling at somebody because they've just had such a crappy week, and just a stranger smiling at them, meaningful.
Right. Like, yeah, it can change your attitude.
Hey, and or letting somebody cross, and waving at them and smiling at them. Mm-hmm. You have no idea how that can change somebody's day, period.
I agree. I think it's hard to leave in a negative mood if you read just a little bit in the Bible. It makes you feel such gratitude to be alive, to have another day, I think, and it's Absolutely. A habit you can get into. Yeah. All right, take it away, Tia.
Okay, when you said just be alive to have another day, okay, have you ever heard of Joni Erickson Tada?
Is she the one that's an artist and draws with her mouth?
No.
Okay, never mind. No, I haven't.
Okay. She is the lady that she was like really struggling. She'd been brought up in a Christian home. She just found herself kind of drifting, and she said, God, I don't care what it takes. Just bring me back to you. She was 17 years old, and her and her family were out by the lake where they loved, and she was very athletic, and she dived in a shallow part, and it hit a vertebrae, so she's a quadriplegic now. Okay, that was at 17. She's 74 years old now, so for 57 years she's been a quadriplegic. She is one of the most sought-after speakers, and her attitude, she said, is this fun? And she said, was I angry at God when this happened? She was like, I didn't mean this. I mean, who would?
I didn't want to be brought close to you this way.
Right. But, I mean, she's married. She lives a full life, but she's in chronic pain. Oh. But this is what she says, and this is what makes the hairs on my arm stand up. Sometimes God permits what he hates, so everything he wants to accomplish can be done. So he hated for her to be a quadriplegic, but what she's done with her life, she's touched millions of people. I mean, she's asked to speak in different countries all over the world. She is just like complete yumness. And I just saw another interview, because I've seen several that she's done, and I'm just like, wow. Oh, I didn't know she did that.
Yeah, she's an artist. I was going to say, I know this
so sorry.
That's okay. That name was so, I've seen a book of her with the pencil in her mouth.
Okay, I apologize. I didn't know.
That's okay. She's a great artist, too. Look at that.
Okay.
She draws with her mouth, a pencil in her mouth, or paintbrush in her mouth. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just thought, wait a minute.
No. Thank you, because I've never known her for her something? Art. I've just always known her for speaking like how grateful she is. That is unbelievable. Yeah. But okay, right now, Dena's showing me pictures of her doing art with, and I had I apologize.
No, it's okay.
My bad.
I just thought, could that be the same person? Well, that just goes to show you're not even aware. She's not showing off her talent. She's not, it's not an ego thing for her, although she does this art. She's actually speaking without even mentioning that she's an artist that sells paintings.
Because I've seen, I can't count all the the interviews I've seen
about
her,
that?
and not one time has she mentioned
That's
that.
interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
well,
just...
thank you for schooling me on that.
Yeah,
That was
I didn't know she was a
cool.
speaker. I thought she was an artist. So there you go.
Wow.
We taught each other something there. Yeah, most of us, thank God, are never going to be in her situation that extreme, and yet we complain about.
The most.
Just like you and I are walking again, it's like, oh, we got to go walk, but we get to go walk. We've got our legs. I try to tell myself, it's not always not painful. We have pain, but.
Nope. And I'm going to tell you this. Yesterday when I was walking, I honestly said, God, thank you so very much for not letting me be in the pain that I was when I was doing it. Now, obviously, I didn't walk 13, but it was very short. But, I was hurting when I was just walking my dog just down the street and back. And yesterday I was like, wow, thank you for not letting this be so painful. Yeah, there's just little things that you can just be thankful for. Yeah. Completely thankful for.
Yeah, she's paralyzed from the shoulders down. Is that what you said? She's a quadriplegic?
Yeah. Yes, wow. It's including her torso and all four of her limbs.
Bless her heart. Now, when she speaks, does she seem out of breath? Does she have a breathing apparatus or anything? Good.
Nope.
Good. Her lungs must be working good.
But she lays there in the morning and she waits for her caretakers to come, brush her teeth, blow her nose. And the thing, I'm just like, wow. But she's just got this spirit that she said, the only way I can describe it is I have a peace and joy that is beyond my own comprehension. It's the peace that only God can give you. Mm-hmm. The end.
It's inside her. It's not
physical.
Exactly. It's not her. She can't feel, so it's not her external feelings. It's true inner peace.
Exactly.
That we can all find without having to be a quadriplegic.
Exactly.
If we work on that. That's great.
Which made me afraid because after I was like, because I said, God, just use me. I don't care what.
But not like that.
Would you just not make me a quadriplegic?
Yeah. Asterisks, please.
I know, but
I know we shouldn't laugh because there may be people listening to us that have that situation. But people are so strong that go through that. And I've seen a guy who has no limb, who's born without arms and legs, who's a motivational speaker. He gets up on the stage.
I've seen him.
Isn't he amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Super amazing. I've heard him speak at conferences.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been to him. I've just watched
online.
him.
Yeah.
But, wow. No, he is. Totally. You want to know what else I have?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. These are God-Incidences.
Okay.
Not coincidences. There's a guy that, I'll work and pick up samples, veterinarians sometimes. Yeah. So there's a gentleman that has done this for years and years and years, and he does the route. He drives the samples to, like, long distances. We just drop them
from
off.
The meeting point. You meet at one point, and he's got a route that's far away. Is that what you're saying?
Very far away. Okay, so I had not worked on a Saturday, and I did, and so the route was different because I had to put my samples where he lives in a car. Okay, he wasn't there because he was running a different route. So anyway, he had called and said, let me tell you exactly how to get there and what to do. And in our conversation, we just, I don't know, the subject of God was brought up. And he said, I just got this bulletin. He said, I would love to share with you. And so I haven't seen him since like Easter. And I didn't even see him then. I just talked to him. So I worked this past Saturday and then said, I'm going to work again this Saturday. If you still have those bulletins, I'd love to see them. So he was so kind as he put him in the seat and of the car that I was supposed to leave the box in and wrote this kind note. And so I was just like, I don't know how awesome a church bulletin could be, but I'm going to look at it. Well, it blew me away.
Oh.
So I just wanted to share just one of the 5 or 6 that he left me. Okay, so this is what it is. It's the scripture is, teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. And then it goes to these things. Number 1, take a 10 to 30 minute thank you walk every day. While you walk, practice gratitude. It is the ultimate antidepressant. Sit in silence for at least 10 minutes each day. Buy a lock if you have to. Use the record for your late night shows. Get more sleep. It's the ultimate energizer. When you wake up in the morning, complete the following statement. My purpose is to blank today. Live with the 3 E's: energy, enthusiasm, and empathy. Just turn off the TV and read more books than you did in 2023. Make time to practice meditation, praying. They provide us with daily fuel for our busy lives. Do the one thing you've always wanted to do. Dream more while you are awake. Eat more foods that grow on trees and plants.
Yes, Tia.
And eat less foods that are manufactured in plants. Mentor someone and be mentored by someone. Engage in daily random acts of kindness. Clear your clutter, Dena, from your house, your car, your desk, and let the new flowing positive energy into your life.
If you'll eat the plants, I'll do it.
Don't waste your precious energy on gossip, energy vampires, issues of the past, negative thoughts, or things you cannot control. Instead, invest into energy in the positive present moment. Smile and laugh more. It will keep your energy vampires away. Realize that life is a school and you are here to learn. Problems are simply part of the curriculum that appear and fade away like algebra class.
Yes, go away.
But the lessons you learn will last a lifetime. Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a college kid with a maxed out charge card. Each night before you go to bed, complete the following statements. I am thankful for. Today I accomplished. Remember that you are too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed. Enjoy the ride. You only have one ride through this life, so make the most of it and enjoy it. Is that not just fun?
I love it.
I do too.
And that's anonymous, right?
Yes, it is. It's author unknown.
Author unknown.
But it's not that you think that the guy's name is Arthur and his last name is unknown.
It could be Arthur unknown.
No, I don't think so. There you go.
I prefer to think that. Thank you, Arthur. That was very inspiring.
Unknown.
All right. I agree to get rid of the clutter if you agree to eat things off of trees.
Oh, I already have.
Okay.
I've been doing that for about the last 3 weeks now. Thank you
for
very
you.
much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Do you have anything else before we go to tea time?
I do not. Do you?
No, I don't. Just
dad darn
I'm
garnet.
happy to be with you again. I'm happy for our listeners have returned. I'm just trying to feel grateful for everything.
Absolutely.
We're starting a new season. It's going to be warm. I'm going to spend more time outside. I'm grateful for that. Then it's going to get super hot. I'm going to go back inside. And the bear, of course, is going to keep me inside more at night.
Wow.
I'm going to defer to the bear. I feel like, outside is his territory. So, and I guess that's really it. I just love you and I love our listeners and love life.
I did a CC that.
Okay. CC.
Okay, you looked at me like, I agree with both things she said.
We're CCing, we're forwarding it to all you listeners.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we still use email.
Yeah, because we can.
All right, Tia, let's let you have your Tia time, and we'll see you on Wednesday with a new You Know Something.
Yes, we will.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tia time next.
Hello, and this is tears time, just because I want to giggle when I say that. Anyway, this is from Just a Thought, Motivation and Inspiration, and it's by Becky Hemsley, and the title is Still. A beautiful piece for all of us who have lost a loved one. I can't say I loved you, I just can't, because it makes it sound as if my love is in past tense, gone, finished, ended. And that is so far from the truth. My love is not in the past. It will never be gone. I love you now, still. You didn't take all this love away with you. It stays. It lingers. Some days it jumps up and hits me in the face just to remind me that it is still there, still persevering. Some days it nudges me, challenges me to keep going, daring me to find the strength to get through another day. But mostly it just resonates inside of me with everything I do, with every step forward and every glance back, every close of my eyes, every breath. My love is not dependent on you being there. There is nowhere far enough, nothing permanent enough to stop me from loving you. So I will not say I loved you, because I love you still. Okay, sorry I get a little bit because there's been a whole lot that's been going on, and I'm sure there has been with a lot of you listeners that have had people that have passed, but I've always said, and I'll never not say, if somebody talks about my mom or people, my friends and everything that have passed, I always say, I so love them. Not I loved them, because I love them and I'm going to see them again. And so I'm not going to act like it's in the past, because it is in the present, because I do love them right now and will continue to love them until I see them again. So anyway, I didn't mean to have I don't really think it's a downer. I think it's an upper, because it's like, I still love you still. So I hope everybody has a complete, wonderful, blessed week.